Very good morning and welcome to Signature Morning here in Abuja. I am Godwin Sunday, and with me is Ambassador Garuba Adamu Abdullahi, and he's a former member AYC and current Director of Protocol and Diplomacy National Youth Directorate Amalgamated All Support Group. You're welcome to Signature Morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much.
All right, so let's delve into this conversation. First, the federal government is targeting $500 million loan from the World Bank and to tackle the inadequate human resource issues in the country's education and health care systems. But let's get you talk to us on this matter. We understand that this loan is going to ameliorate some of the sufferings and impediments that has greeted the education as well as the health sector. But it's a fantastic initiative, so it seems. But what's your general opinion on this initiative? Do you see it as a positive development by the federal government?
Well, thank you very much. Good morning once again. The initiative of getting the loan from the World Bank seems interesting, seems fantastic, but what are the ways it's going to be used? How long is it supposed to be used? What are the payments? What are the interest rates? And who is getting and who is not getting? If you're talking about the education, the federal government has brought what they call the student loan. Are they going to use it for the student loan? Or are they going to use to just build infrastructures in the schools, in tertiary institutes, and in the Federal College of Educations? Is it to leverage the suffering of the lecturers? So what are the, it's not just to get the loan, but what is it used for? What is it going to be used for? What are the interest rates involved? And what is the payment time? Let's don't forget, the former government has acquired a lot of loans that is still unpaid. And we keep on getting more loans. But what are they using them for? What is it going to be used for?
So you don't think that this is a positive development for the health sector and that of the education?
We are talking about the education right now. At the moment, what is the positivity about it? It's positive getting it if the World Bank were to give, which definitely World Bank were to give. Giving you, but also, what are they collecting in return? They will not give for free. They always have their motive. But if we, by ourselves, can look inwards and can see how we can generate these things to surface all this borrowing, it will go a longer way. That's the part of the education. For to talk about that is going to be a long talk. Then let's dive into the health situation. Now, looking at the health situation, most of our healthcare sectors, most of our health facilities are really dilapidated. Go to the structural aspect, go to the technology aspect, go to the machineries. Most of the health hospitals you go around, you see that there are no real hospitals that have medicine. You go, they give you a prescription, you have to go to a pharmacy or go to a chemist outside, which was never like that. So how are they going to judiciously use these things? Are they going to pay the doctors and the nurses well? Are they going to put beds and all the necessary equipment in all these hospitals, burden to the local government, the primary health care at the community level, whereby a simple common community person, mother, daughter, children, they can access it? Are they going to take care of those nurses and the doctors giving their timeless, effortless services? Would this thing really touch these people? If you go to touch life, it's positive. The good thing about collecting something from somebody, use it judiciously, let it touch lives. But when they are going to collect it and it's not going to touch the lives that is expected or in the name of why they are collecting it, is a problem. Fine and good. The federal government has started something good. It has initiated what they call governing council boards. Beautiful, It has initiated federal, what they call College of Education, You know, they have the boards and all that, board chairman and all that, which is beautiful. You know, we have them in the states, most of the states that are now having those governing boards and the rest. Beautiful, but these governing boards, are they going to be part of the decision makers when this money is coming in? Would they ensure that these institutes that they are governing, would they ensure that whatever is happening, let them have the touch of it? That's part of the education. Similarly, with the healthcare sector, these doctors that are always finding their way out of the country, with this syndrome that we are having,
the Japa syndrome.
Japa syndrome, right? You know, now why? What's the cause of it? A doctor in the private sector, in the private hospital, is not well treated fine. In the government hospital, is worse. You know?
Yeah.
So, what's the way forward? So, this money we are collecting, how are we going to use it judiciously? Let's understand the fact that our healthcare sector is a principal situation. Yes, they say health is wealth, fine. But who will treat you when things are not going on fine? The people who are treating those in the hospital, they too, they're human beings like us.
Ambassador Garba, let's move on. And firstly, again, but do you think this whole loan processes, do you think it has an unintended consequences? By this, I mean that probably either positive or negatively on other sectors around the country. Bearing in mind that the people are lamenting in the country that they are using the end bad governance as a case study and they take off for the conversation. If we take this loan just to finance the health and the educational sector, other sectors will be left unattended to. Now, when we look at this in general, do you think again that this will hamper the development, will hinder the growth of other sectors within the economy at this point in time? Is the timing for this loan right? Looking at other sector and the end-ban governance protest and what have you, what's your general take on this?
Okay, thank you very much. Interestingly enough, there's something we call budgeting. Every sector in a government, they have their budget allocation. Either the agricultural sector, the works, you know, the security, the education that they are even going to get the loan about. Where are those budgets? What are they supposed to be used for? Where are they? So now they want to concentrate on education and health, fine and good, but those budgets that are being allocated to different sectors, what are they being used for? If we're looking at this end-bad governments that does, you know, it has not ended, but it does touch lives. It may be able to understand that the youth, they know their strength now, and they are more united, you know, not about religion or ethnicity, but about what we are going to put in our stomach. Fine and good. Interestingly enough, what are the way forward? 2, 3 things. Price control of everything. It's not the food that is not there. We have diversity of the food, but it's how to acquire it, the means to buy it. You understand?
Yeah.
You have the food, but you can't buy it. You go today, you buy something to amount, just the next 2 hours or the next day is higher. If you have a price control of what is happening, everybody will be happier. They know that if I'm going to do this budget, for example, I've made a list, I'm going to the market with this budget, I'm going to get this. But you make a list, you just go to the market to get something different. That's one. Then the inflation rate is another thing that is killing the system. What is going to happen about the inflation rate? What's going to happen about the inflation rate is something else they have to look into. It's another serious policy that they can see, they can swiftly do it and to help. Even if they cannot bring drastically down, let the monetary aspect be very uniform.
So are you saying in essence that this loan, if gotten by the federal government, it will affect other sectors?
It will affect other sectors, but in what way? Not negatively.
So that is, if we end this particular loan, if we get this particular loan as the World Bank has promised that it will get back to us by the 26th of September, if the federal government eventually get this loan, to fund the educational and healthcare. Other sectors will automatically come alive based on the funding of these sectors.
Not coming alive.
Okay, so let's get you to talk to us about that.
Not coming alive, but other sectors have their own cost to play.
Even when they are underfunded.
Who says so?
Because in the budget, I say that to say that the budget if you're getting an extended loan and source of finance from the World Bank at this point in time to finance and to support the growth of the education and health sector at this point, is like getting an external source, an external hand to help that sector at this point in time. So if we're getting at this point, it makes it look as though other sector looks abandoned. And if we're looking at it from that perspective, don't you think at this point in time that other sector will feel neglected and they will in turn make the economy to be downtrodden?
At the moment, this is the first set of the sectors that are handling. We don't know what the next one's coming up. The interesting thing, we don't really understand, or we are not yet clear with the programs of the government, how it's going. Perhaps they want to start with the health and education. Who knows the next level of the sectors that's going to come up? Perhaps security and agriculture.
Okay. Okay, so we look forward to
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
So, for the fact that it's health and education right now, let's see how it goes down. The ball of the game now, or what we need to be considering, is those things that, are they going to be judiciously used? So if you are going to judiciously use, it's a positive idea. It's a positive move.
Ambassador, time is not really on our side today, but let's get you react to some of the approaches you think that the government can take other than getting a loan to improve the healthcare and medical and the healthcare and educational system in general. Do you think that there are other approaches the government can take other than going for this particular World Bank loan of $500 million?
Definitely.
Okay, please.
Ask any Nigerian. What happened to those money that the EFCC is looking and getting from other people? The people who have been paying $25 billion US, what are they doing with those money? The money they're recovering, what are they doing with it?
We've been told the money has been rejected into the economy again to boost the economy.
In what aspect? In where? In what sector? So this is where we have to really talk to ourselves for real. If we really want to have a straightforward government, someone is bringing 4 trillion, what is it used for? Let them come out and say, okay, this is what this money is being used for. This is what is, if you put into infrastructure of roads and all that, is that necessary? Okay, if it's necessary, how many roads are being done? Okay, the good thing, the money are being recovered, but what are they using it for? This is what we need to understand. And the youth should have the impact. They should feel the impact of the government. The youth should be carried along. We have youth who are talented, gifted, and surprisingly very all right with their initiatives. But the system is not really commendable for them. And they feel that, okay, let's do other things. What are the other things they will do? If not, they have community services. You see a youth that will tell you he can do this kind of community services. Perhaps he open a car wash, he does that, he does this. But the system is not favorable still. You can't go and access fund, and we are being told that these looted funds, they are being recovered. What are they used for? So these are one of the aspects that internally you can still generate this fund instead of going to borrow. For your question.
All right, let's do a comparative analysis on this part. I know you're well traveled so far. Do you know of any country that have taken loans so far of this magnitude to fund their education and health sector? And what do you think about the output putting Nigeria in such situations with all these countries?
Interestingly enough, no. Most countries, no. Ghana tried it. They're still contemplating on it. Burkina Faso, interestingly enough, outrightly they have done away to IMF and World Bank. Interestingly, that young man is doing well. With a bold step, he's moving his people, he takes his people first. Our situation here, we don't take the people first.
So if the Nigerian situation is peculiar, we're not compared to other countries when it has to do with loan, I don't know.
Loan issue in Nigeria, it seems we're just addicted in taking loan. Any government that comes, it wants to start its government with loan first. It seems we have just a different situation. We have the resources. If it's the human resources, we have it. If it's the natural resources, we have it. But let's look inwards. We can bring investors, all these other foreigners that are coming, the Chinese companies, and what are they doing with those money? You see, these are the ways we can generate this money within ourselves. We're not going to borrow anything. That's the fact. This is true.
So, Ambassador, just before I let you go, people within the local government space will not be happy if we don't get to also feel their pulse at this time by way of asking. People within the local communities have suffered a lot of high level decadence in has to do with their educational and primary health care system, basic education, in terms of infrastructural decadence, if you like us to use that word. So look at it from another perspective. Should the local government at this point, local communities, should they also be getting involved with funding and fund generation, loan acquisition in this country at this point in time?
Yeah, sure. As I can say, one of the good things this government has achieved is this local government autonomy. It has given the autonomous right for any local government chairman, council, and their members to have a say about the community now. Unlike before, they are just at the back seat.
Even the acquisition of loan from federal level?
Yes.
So how certain is it that it gets to the grassroots if it's targeted at that purpose?
Let's see, it has been approved, but the execution has not been implemented yet. Let's see how the execution takes place. After this, a local government chairman or elections and the rest, let's see what they start running. Then we can talk about that. But certainly, it has been on the slate that whatever the federal government is getting, they get to the state direct to the state, then direct to the local government. It's not more to the state before they get to the local government anymore. So it has been stated that acceptably, federal government push what is required for the local government straight to them now. So they have their local government account, they have their local government mayor funding, and the local government chairman and his council members, they can access loan direct from the federal government if need may be.
So even though the local government did not apply for the health education and health loan from the World Bank, when it comes into the country, automatically should go to them.
Do you have the primary health care at the local government? Yes. Do they need to be or what they call it, rehabilitated? Yes. Who need to be in charge of that? Who need to be questioned? The local government chairman. Now, would they be monitored to be used well? Yes. Now, this is where, if the local government chairman and their councils, they have a say, now they can tell the federal government, no, we don't need it. We can see how we can scope within where those loans all those looted funds have gotten, let's use those ones rather. Don't go and collect and indebt us more.
Are we ripe for that kind of democracy at this point?
At the moment, we said no. The democracy of borrowing.
The democracy of local government instructing the federal government, by way of suggestion.
Definitely. Why? Because where did they get their votes from? For the local government. So why not right for the democracy? They have a voice. They are the people, they are the community, they are the youth, they are the women. They have a voice. So why? Why is it you want to be on an executive seat, you know that my vote counts. Then now that I need to give you a decision or an idea, you do the other way around. That I don't have a say to what you are doing. You know, so definitely, why? We are ripe for it. We are ripe and ready for it. Because that's where the count or the votes and everybody goes to. You know, even the state government should know to have a listening ear to the local government activities. Definitely. If it's that kind of democracy, yes. But the democracy of borrowing, we should look at it the other way around.
Ambassador Garuba, well, that's how far we can go today. I want to say thank you so much for being a part of today's show.
Thank you very much.
All right, viewers. Well, this is how far we can go today on a good morning, signature morning from Abuja. Return back to our Enugu studio for more updates.